welcome to week 3 of the Thunder Horse Descendant Morning Coffee Talk Takeover by In Rose's Garden. It's good to have folks here. We'll wait a few minutes, let folks come in before we worry about what we're going to work on. But I am going to bring my boxes over here. Now we're going to make a 2-strand bracelet, but I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet. But I do know we're going to do it. So I've got a few things out we're going to need. And we will get working on it in a little bit. Just going to give some more folks time to come on. Hey, Lori. Hi, Linda. We just have a few folks on now. Now, hi, PK. In case anybody's interested, I am doing the live tomorrow morning on New Year's Eve, and I also am doing the live on New Year's Day. So yes, New Year's coming up really quickly here. So I'm not sure if I'm thrilled or not. Sometimes a new year brings great things, and other times you're going. The end of this year was rather not the best for me. By the way, speaking of not the best because of expenses, Mary, how's your furnace doing? Are you still having problems with that? Thank you, PK. Yes, hit the like button, please. It's helpful for our channel. Because the end of my year ended up with, I had to get a new dryer because my dryer pooped out on me. And then I had the leak in the bathroom and I had to get that. So there was some expenses you don't really count on every month especially when you're retired and on fixed incomes. But, it is what it is. I'll have to, and of course I've still been buying beads, and I'm going to have to curb myself a little bit here pretty soon because the budget is getting tight for those, but it is the way it is. But yeah, true enough, Mary. I'm just hoping we don't have a winter like last year when it got so freaking cold that it just destroyed things. Yeah, we started out the year with big expenses and we ended up the year with big expenses in my household, so was not fun. But hi, Rosemary. So hopefully this year will be better as far as those kind of things are concerned. I do know that because I do the subscription thing to Etsy and pay them $10 a month for that, and then everything I go over what is allowed with that. That's too bad. Oh, 63. Yeah, it was pretty warm here too. It was in the low 40s, but which may not seem like that warm, but that foot of snow we had on the ground, except for where the berms are from where we shoveled and the snowplow came through and stuff, it's gone. Well, actually, my husband said it was snowing this morning. So, oh yeah, it was, because I can just barely see that window over there on the other side of the room. And yeah, there's new snow on the ground. So we'll see if that melts back out too. If it gets warm. Though I did see on the weather report this morning that we were supposed to have cold weather coming in. So hopefully, like I said, not as cold as last January. That would be really bad. Um, though, hey, Cindy. Um, so hopefully, no. Oh, my ears are naked. I forgot to put earrings on again this morning. Well, darn. That's what I get for getting in too big of a hurry. So I was telling myself I needed some snowflake ones for wintertime. Maybe I should just make some. But what I had thought I'd make is a bracelet, was what my thinking was, a two-strand button bracelet. So so that's the plan for today. That doesn't mean that's how it's going to go, but that's the plan. Now, for the folks that don't know, I have started a membership. It's $4.99 a month, and you get early access to the videos, or at least part of them. And the first one, the one showing today, because I do have a video for today. I'm sorry to hear that you're tired, sweetie. Anyway, my video for today is the ring. I made the ring for Softlex, you know, that ring blank. I used some labradorite and made that into a ring. Hi, Jennifer. And so that comes out for the public for today, though the folks that are members have seen it a couple of times. Well, I should say a couple of days. It came out on Saturday for the members, Saturday afternoon. How to join? There's a link here in the description of this video. So to go to the join page. So it's there in the link of the video. So then I'm also doing a hi Beth for members only video on Thursday afternoons at 1:00 my time, which is Mountain Standard. So that would be noon for Pacific, 2 for Central, and 3 for the East Coast. So on Thursdays, I'll have another live. And I am doing that this week. I did it the last few weeks too. So anyway, those are the two big ones. There'll be, and there might even be members only videos, not just live. So I'll just have to see how I want to do that. But we are having those. This is a new little venture for me, but I realize there's some things that, hi Debbie, that I'm needing, like a new tripod. And because this one keeps wanting to slip. And it still works, but you know, I'd rather have something a little bit. And Randy showed me the one she uses, so I will see about maybe seeing if I can get that one. But you know, it's the way it goes. So I'm going to turn down here in a minute and we'll see about figuring out what we want to do for this bracelet that we are going to make. Debbie, you asked me to do some hair accessories, and I do have some videos in my past videos of making both hair barrettes and hair combs, and I believe some alligator clips and maybe even some bobby pins. So you could go through some of my older ones and find those if you want, though I probably will do some more because it's one of those things that I use every year. They're actually my most popular seller at my craft shows is the hair barrettes. So I will definitely be doing some more. especially since I have all kinds of pieces painted right now for the hair barrettes. And well, I use those in all of the hair things I use. I think I showed them the other day. I have a whole bunch of little trays of stuff that I've already got painted that I painted the last time I had a big painting session. I've got big butterflies and little butterflies and mushrooms in this tray. And then I've got a tray down here with fairies and dragonflies and dragons. See my fairy here? Is she pretty? And there's some dragons. There's a big green dragon and a little green dragon. See my little green dragon? And dragonflies in both big and little. There's a big one. And so that's what's in that particular tray. Then I have another tray that has multiple colors of leaves, or multiple sizes, because I use a lot of leaves in my things. Then we have, this tray has flowers. This is true. This is very true, Mary. That is, I'm sure, one of the reasons I sell it. And I do have some repeat customers for my hair barrettes and things. But this one has flowers. So here's rose, thistle. Come on, you lilies of the valley. Now, lilies of the valley. See the white? White does not stay on your when you paint it with the regular paint stuff. This is fingernail polish. Fingernail polish works really good. And then some little like purple like posies. Ding. And my last tray has a lizard and frogs. These are just my little frogs. I do have some big frogs too, but I haven't got them painted. But that's what I've got all painted right now. So I got lots of things painted. So I'm sure I'll be making some more hair barrettes or something later. So yeah. And I had thought that I'd use some of those little coffee cups that we got that I got anyway. I don't know how many of you guys have got them. Like that I used for the, come here you. I've used them for earrings. And I might have even used them for, I think, a hair comb yet. I mean, a ear cuff the other day. Think, Rose, think. And then see these little guys. I was thinking they would make a cute little set of hair sticks with some coffee beans coming down to them. So I might do that. There's also some little gold ones in either this one or one of the other packages. I can't remember. Of the little coffee cups, but I was thinking those, or that one might go on a bookmark. But I think I have 3 of them, so I could put them on 2 on hair sticks and 1 on a bookmark. So I think those would be fun. Hi, Bonnie. Where do I buy all those little metal pieces? There's an Etsy shop that has brass stampings. They call them brass stampings. That I get most of mine from. It's called Time and Materials, etc. So, and they're really fast. They're down, I think they're down in California somewhere, if I remember right. But so I ordered lots of. Yeah, I did see that, PK mocha mousse. It's a creamy brown color. So so we will. Well, we've been on for almost 15 minutes, so I'm going to need to do your animal themed hair jewelry sell better than flowers. No, not really. I think it's sort of half and half as far as between animals and flowers. I'll have to check it out, Mary. But yeah, I've found this place, and I've really liked working with them. So, but what we're going to work on, I'm thinking, is a 2-strand button bracelet. And so let's turn down, and we will start devising something. Now, my I've got my original Glacial Glimmer here, and my companion bundle number 1 here. And I've also got my boughs and berries. Now, because I grew up that green and blue don't go together, we're not going to use that. But we do still have some reds in here that I haven't actually even used any of, like the matte red glass. And we still have some mermaid beads in here. And I also still have 2 of the rhinestone pieces in here. So we might pull those out. And, oh, by the way, remember the bracelet we were working on last week? And I said I had the red strand too long. So I was going to redo that afterwards. And then I didn't, and Leah reminded me I still needed to put my holly leaf on. I did get it restrung. There it is. You can see that the red is now about the same as the green. And there's my little holly leaf and berry on there. So I think we made this one on Christmas Day, didn't we? I'm pretty sure. So it's very pretty on those. But this is more of a Christmas bracelet. We did make it on Christmas, like I say. And so I'm debating if it's just gonna not go into my shop until next winter, but we'll see. But anyway, what I'm thinking I want to do is I'm going to make a two-strand bracelet, probably with a lot of the I'm thinking with the with those 2 red, and how big is the mermaid beads? The mermaids. Oops. Knocked a package on the floor, but I don't think it had anything in it, so that's fine. And like I say, I don't really want to use the green in this. And there's another one on the floor. Boy, I'm just doing good. But we might use the red and the whites that we have here. So I'm just gonna oh, that was the holly leaves I dropped. Take those out for right now. We'll make a decision on whether we're going to use them or not. And I'm gonna turn this down here in just a second. So let's turn. Come on, baby, turn. There we go. And then we have our companion bundle and the regular one right here. Now I've got the bead caps from out of here. We got these really pretty purple beads. Maybe we should see if we can put those in with stuff. And there's some more. I got corrugated spacers in each one here. Got our sparkles. I'm thinking maybe we'll go all pretty crystals and stuff here. We also have the chevrons here if we want to use those, but I don't know. I'm leaning towards just the purple and the crystal and the red. It's going to be spokily if we use that, though. Here's these we have these little purple drugs too. What are you? Oh yeah, you're the bead cap. Oh, forgot we have teeny ones here as well. That's cool. We can teeny purple and teeny crystals. We'll need teenies towards the end, so I think we'll keep those out. So all kinds of beautiful things here. And I do have a button. It's pretty plain. I could put a little color on it if I wanted, but I'm not going to. And I have some Mayukis. I'm going to use these right here at the base to bring the strands out from underneath the button, and it'll separate them a little bit that way too. I'll also use these as when I make the loop that goes around the button at the end. So we have all kinds of nice pretties here. Trying to decide if I really want to use these reds or if I'm just going to go with purple and the whites here. I'm sorry to hear that, Cindy. Hey, Donna. So, I would like, well, let's see if it'll work. First thing I'm going to need to do, of course, is get some beading wire out. I think we'll use the tanzanite because the purples are in here. Now, because I'm making a double strand, I'm going to double my wire up here at the top by my button and then just make the two strands together as opposed to being separate. So I'm going to cut a goodly length of wire because we need, since I can't work on the spool since I'm already going to be putting it on there, we need at least, I would say 10 inches per side. Now, if we wanted to put some leather on the end rather than just a loop, we could put a ring with some leather to do our loop here. But oh wait, I may have some. I just thought of something. We may want to go with the leather at the end. Check it out. It matches our beads. I got this at the Crystal Limit. So down in Missoula. It's a store called the bead store called the Crystal Limit that has not only it has not only beads but rocks and stuff. So it's a cool little store. But this is going to work perfect. So we're going to, instead of making a beaded end, we're going to make a leather end. So I will have to come up with a ring later, but I'm not going to worry about it right this minute. I know I have some. So what I am going to do is we need, because we are not going to use wire for the end, we don't need as much as I was thinking we would need. We probably need about, let's see if this is going to be enough. I want about 9 inches per side to make sure I have plenty of wire, because I don't want to have to be run out. So we need just a little bit more. And this is probably way more than I need, but I'd rather have more than I need than not enough. Even if that is pretty spendy stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to string my wire through here. Oop, come on, go all the way through. And we want to get it pretty even, so we don't run out of wire on one but have tons on the other. And then I'm going to crimp this right here. Couldn't find my Softlex crimps the other day, but I do have beetle on ones, so we'll just use some beetle on. That's probably way more than I need. But we're going to go up here. Now, I had somebody ask me the other day, why don't you use wire guardians? Well, in my opinion, what's the sense in adding a hunk of metal to protect against a hunk of metal? Number one. And number two, this is Softlex wire, and Softlex wire doesn't really need it because it's a very strong wire. And I've never had a problem with it breaking. So I don't use it. But the other thing is, like I said, your wire guardian is a hunk of metal. Whether you want to think about it as a hunk of metal or not, it is a hunk of metal. And sometimes it has sharp edges. So if you're going to use one, I advise running your finger along the edge where the wire goes in and out. Make sure there's no burrs or any sharp edges, because the one and only time I've ever had one of my bracelets break, it was right out of wire guardian. And that's when I stopped using them. So I'm glad you had a good time with your grandkids, even if you were not feeling well. And they were all not feeling well, apparently, as well. So what I was thinking is I think these will take 2 wires. Got to check. Excuse me. And, oh yeah, their hole is plenty big enough for 2 wires. Now, is your hole big enough for 2 wires? Yeah. So what I'm thinking is this is going to be in the middle of our bracelet, like so. And then we're going to go from side to side from there. And it's not going to be single side. It's going to come out into double strands then. Come undone. So I'll need to put some of the smaller ones in first, because obviously we don't want to have a big gap here. but we're going to get in here so you don't get lost. I know I had some small. These are pretties. Here's some. Oh, there's the small crystals, and here's the small. Oh, and here's this little small purples. So we've got all those. And what we'll do is we'll come out from this wire and put in probably one of these. And why am I going to put on one of these? Because these are bicones. And because they're a bicone, they have a pointy end. And that end can turn sideways to each other. And then they'll hit against like so. And then you can push them out further. See what I'm meaning there? You just have to make sure that your crimp, the beadle-on crimps are the same. If you're trying to use a crimp bead rather than a crimp tube, it won't work. This is a 2x2 crimp tube, and you just got to make sure it's in the center. But when you do that first push down, don't Hercules it. Just do a soft turn and then turn it to get your next one. And I have no problem with the beadle-on ones, but I mean, you know, I'm sorry if you do. I would hope not to, but I don't do anything different between the beadle-on and the regular soft flex ones. But you just have to make sure they're a strong. Beadle-ons are pretty good. I wouldn't use any of those off-brand ones, but that's extra. 2 over here. And then now do I want to go with our little purples, or do we want to go with some of these? So yeah, I don't understand why they won't work for you, Kimberly. I haven't had a problem. Hey, Janice. Thank you, Angela, and welcome in. So, looks like I haven't used any of these yet. They're not cut. Do I want these instead of these? No, those are pretty, but I like this sizing difference between here and here. So, and then do I want, no, I don't want to use these. They're matte and everything else is so nice and spokely. We don't want it. I don't want to introduce a matte. So we also have these cool English cuts. We could put oh, those are big and pretty. And it reconnected us upside down. Just a second, see if I can fix that. There we go. Oh, welcome to the membership, Cindy. Actually, since we're being spokely, maybe we'll change this mermaid to this big sparkly one. Where did I put the mermaid beads? There they are. Sorry, folks, that's the vet, and I'll have to call them back after the show. But probably calling about what I saw that you did, Cindy. I appreciate that. I will have to call the vet back after we're done with our show. Now these are going to go at the end again when we close up our... Sounds like they left me a message, which is all right. I'll call them back. We're going to end these with this. And I think I'll put some more of the pretty... where did I put them? There they are. The pretty sparkly purple ones. I ordered some more of these. They should hopefully come in my... Well, if that leaves Tennessee. My bundle, which is said it was going to be here tomorrow or today, I checked its tracking and it said it's still in Tennessee. I'm like, well, how can it be here today if it's still in Tennessee? So obviously forgot to turn the notifications off. Sorry, ladies. That last one looks like it's from my mom message, so I'll have to get hold of her right after we get off the show too. I don't like to leave my mom for very long hanging because, well, she's 94. and let's face it, she may need something. But we're going to put a couple of our seed beads on, then I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to use for spacers because I always like spacers. We don't need very many seed beads here because we're just going to end it here. Or like I said, we're just going under the button. So I'm just going to do 1 and 2. And that actually is probably enough to come out from under the button. See, we're just going to go right like that. And actually it only needs 1, it looks like. But we'll leave it at 2. So then the next one, of course, is our pretty crystal here. And then it will sit side by side with this one to go up and around. So we'll put the 2 on here. I'm going to have to put a bead stopper on, of course, but I just wanted to... Oops, we got 3. Don't want 3, just 2. And then our crystal here. Now as you push them down, see how they go and they turn to each other when they're a bicone like this? And they are going to... Boy, I need to turn those notifications off. So they'll push down with their points, come down into here, making it be push the wires out sideways. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I did too. I've spent a lot in, but So I'm hoping it's not still in Tennessee, but it looks like it is. So, you know, what can I say? So now we have a choice. We've got our little bead caps here, which we could use, or we've got our ball spacers. We also have these bead caps here. There's not a lot, but there might be enough for our piece here. We'll see here. So now here is where I'm going to put the ball spacer, probably because we're going into our where we're coming together here. So we're going to need something slightly smaller, or actually I may get a daisy spacer out for here or something like that. Actually, we may have plenty of these. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't think we do. We may just have just enough for what we're working on right here. So I'm going to get a daisy spacer out. And come on, there they are. We're going to put a daisy spacer, and actually I'm going to put one on all around these guys. This one here. Then we'll go through here. Then what do I do with them? There we go. It's a bigger daisy spacer. Now this guy. Now what did I do to chip my fingernail? Who the heck knows? So now we're right here. This is our middle portion. And we'll go put another little daisy spacer on here. And we're going to go backwards now from what the other side was. So it'll be the little crystal. Come on, baby. Bead cap. Purple. Cap. White. Come on. Looks like I'm not going to use the corrugated beads or some of these other beads at all. So that's fine. Now this is going to be where we're going to end. Well, maybe it is. That looks like too big of a gap that I'm going to have there to go before my leather. Even though I'm going to have a ring here and a leather, I want to come closer to this button. So see how we've got quite a bit there. So now we need to pull this bit back off, and decide what we're going to put in the middle here to add some more space. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is take it off from right here. And we could use the corrugated spacer here. I think we're going to need about another inch. So I'm going to put the corrugated spacer in. Come on, baby, go down there. Then I'm going to get, stop, these little purple guys out. And now hopefully I won't end up making it too long, though of course we all know we can take beads off. It's the beauty of what you're making. Then we're going to put this little guy on. Daisy spacer. Now one of the little whites. Unless, do I want the white? Maybe I'll just put another crystal in here. Let's see what that looks like. Now I may be adding quite a bit too much because I just remembered I'm going to have to put one of these back in here, and that's going to add another inch. We'll see what happens once we get to the other end. Of course, when you add too much, it's just a simple matter of what are we going to take out now. So So we got the small daisy spacer, crystal. Then we're going to go to our purple. Purple, then the quartz, corrugated. Now, as you can see, we're getting quite a bit longer. We actually may even be baking it too long, but we'll see when we get there. As we're also getting lower on our wire here, which tells me we are getting quite a bit on here. Let's see, daisy. Did I not put any whites out? Guess I didn't. No, I didn't, because I used a crystal instead of the white. So going to have to get some more of these quartz out if we end up using all of this. There we go. Now let's see how big we are. Actually, I think we might be there, because once we put our ring on and then our leather, then we're going to be about where we need to be. So let's crimp this side off. And we're going to start putting the other side together. Spokily. Okay, did I miss anything? Backpack charms. Hey, Leanna. Hey, Miss Tacos. So we only got 10 minutes left, it looks like. So we got to get going on this baby. Something in that one. I do love a sparkly bracelet. So now I need to get some more quartz pieces out because I think I used them all. And we didn't use these at all, so we'll have to put those back. There we go. There's my quartz. Oops, not the whole strand. Just a couple. 3. I need 3. 1, 2. Oh, there's 3 out there. There's more than 3 out there. That's fine. So, quartz. The really pretty purple crystal. Now we're going to put the daisy spacer on, and we're going to go into these. Oops, I got to loosen this up some because it's too tight for me to get into it. So I'm going to go through here. So there is how it comes together there in the middle. Pull it good and tight so that they'll come side by side here. The daisy spacer doesn't want to sit there properly. You know what? Maybe what we need to do, since these two don't want to sit side by side, is to go through the daisy spacer too. Come on, baby. Through the daisy spacer. There we go. Come here, you. Pull up. Now we'll tighten this other side back up so that they will behave down here at the end. So see how that pushes each other away from each other like that with the bicones? So that's what we want it to do to make it have that little pop of spread. Well, it's good to have you in, Leanna. You know, I've never really tried to make. I guess. I guess when I call it a backpack, um, charm. I guess it's this more or less the same as a purse charm, but probably with maybe less expensive beads or something. I don't know. So now we're gonna. I can truthfully say I haven't made backpack charms before, or any ones that I specifically make to be backpack charms. Now that we've got all our beads in place, what we want to do is bring these two together. And I'm going to put a daisy spacer on the end. Come on, baby, go down on there. Pull them tight. And then we're going to crimp this end. So get our crimping pliers out. Okay. Now I have to find a ring to put on this. And we only have a couple minutes. So it's gonna sit like so. So we're not going to want a really big ring. We just want a ring big enough to hook onto here and then hook our leather on. So as you can see, we need about, anywhere from a 1/2 inch to a smaller one. Close things up so we don't lose them. Now I know that I bought some rings from Bargain Bead Box, some silver rings when I bought the gold ones. Problem is, where do I have them? Oh, they're right there. Now this isn't a very big ring, but it doesn't need to be big. Slightly bigger one might be nice, but I think we'll still be all right with this one. So now what we need to do is put another crimp on here, go through our ring, and then back through our crimp. Now, the crimp may or may not take all 4 wires. It may only take 3. And if that's the case, or it may only take 2 to 3, we can always cut, since we've already crimped the one crimp, and it doesn't look like it wants to take 4. So what we're going to do is, because it doesn't want to take 4, we're going to take one of these 2 wires. We're going to roll right down to the crimp, or as close as we can get. It doesn't have to be perfect, because remember, this crimp is going to be on the other side. And trim off 1 wire. Then we'll go back with the crimp. And right here, since we do have a double crimp here, if you wanted to, you could put a bead right here as well. In fact, let's do that. Let's see if it will take, because I think I have enough room to spare. So yeah, I'm going to have enough room to spare. So I'm going to put this crystal here. And then we'll put our crimp on, go through our ring, go on, get down there where it belongs, go through our crimp. Now see, this wire is almost shorter than I like it to have it, because it wants to fight a little bit with me about going on here. Come on, I'm fairly positive this crystal should take 2 wires. Why are you not going in? Well, we didn't check it though, did we? Do you not want to go there? Looks like that's a big no. It doesn't want to take the crystal. So I wonder if this little purple one would take both wires through it. Not sure. We'll see. So on you go. Nope. Well, these guys are being pains. I'm going to try a different crystal, see if maybe it was just the hole on the one. Yeah, that one goes through. So we're just going to have to convince it wants to. Come on up here. Stubborn thing. This is one of the reasons I don't like a short wire, because it's harder to work with when you need to do maneuvering in it. Here it comes. Come here. Okay, we're gonna use the pliers for this end here. There we go. Now we're going to crimp this one. We'll cut this extra wire here off. Ta-da! Now we just have to cut our hunk of leather, and it's going to be just about perfect because the leather's going to go right over the ring right there. And we want at least 6 inches of leather. Yeah, my nails do come in handy, even when I chip them. Hi, Angel. Didn't notice you come in. Sorry. Hey, Angela. So what we need to do is get like at least 6 inches of our leather. This is actually fake. What they call the fall stuff. If I can get the end out here, it's obviously going all the way up under here. I can see it. There we go. Now we want at least 6 inches. Match is so pretty. Get some of these things out of my way here. I usually cut about 8. If I throw it away, that's all right. I'd rather throw it away than not have a long enough piece. So I'm going to cut this end off right here at an angle. Then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to get 8 inches. Now, if you're real good at tying knots, 6 might be good enough, but I am not always, so we want to go through here, go up. See if I get this the right way. Half the time I forget which way I want my lark's head to go, and it's actually going the opposite direction, but it really doesn't matter because look, flip the button, we're going the other way. So pull this tight. Don't pull it so tight that you break your leather piece, but pull it tight. Now you want to make a knot in the other side big enough for your button to go through, but not so big that it's just going to easily slide out. So we want it about right here. So now we're just going to put an overhand knot in here, and it looks like 8 inches is going to be about perfect as far as my leather is concerned. Oh, come on, I don't want both sides. I don't want the middle piece that's folding around. I just want my ends. Give them to me. Go through. So there's one. Where's the smaller one? Where'd it go? Here it is. I noticed that I don't have them quite even. Now I'm going to roll my knot. I'm going to check it to my button again. It needs to be a little bit smaller, so we'll just roll it a little bit more. Now let's slide it through, see if it fits good. Actually, it's still a little loose. It can tighten a little more. So I'm just going to pull on my thread, my strings, my ends. Go in. Now, the knot went in really, the button went in really easily. And since your suede leather is going to usually stretch a little bit, I'm going to try and move it a little bit more up here so that when the button goes through, it's not going through loosely if possible. So there we go. That's tighter. There we go. She's all finished. Now let's see how long she ended up being. I think it's probably going to be about 7.5. Ta-da, 7.5. So there we go. Our bracelet is finished. And I'm going to leave these longer pieces here, though I am going to make these at a slightly better angle. That one was, this one's fine. And so there she's what she's going to look like when she's on. It's not that hard to put on a button bracelet. I can hook it through. So there she is. All finished. Okay, I'm going to turn us back up here. We'll chat for a few moments before it's time to go. Well, it's time to go right now, but we'll chat for a few minutes before we go. So, thank you, ladies. Yes, you can put a drop of glue on the leather knot. However, you want to make sure if you do put glue in the knot that you get it in a place where it's not really going to show, because the glue will generally stain your leather. Thanks, Kimberly. I got this is what they call faux leather. I got it down at a bead store in Missoula called the Crystal Limit, and I got a couple of different colors because they were on sale. Hey, Beth. Thank you. I'm glad that you like how they turned out there. I wanted something to bring the two pieces together, but not that would fight with it too much, that it would complement it. I think the red rhinestones did a pretty good job there, as well as the big star cut. So, ladies, yes, I would appreciate it if people hit the like button. Actually, I've got, according to my buttons here, I've got 25 people on the live and I've got 25 likes. Looks like everybody liked today. I appreciate that. Hey, Sylvia. Much time, but there are times when I bead quite a bit in one day, and there's times when I just make like one thing and I call it a day. So I'm never sure how much time I'm going to feel like spending beading when I start. Sometimes I have one of those days when I feel I need to bead all day long, and other days that I feel like, I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to. And oops, sorry about that, bumped it, and like I said, it's getting loose, and I'm gonna have to get a new tripod. This tripod I've been using here for some time was actually one I got for traveling, and it's it wasn't meant to be my permanent one. So, oh, I show 28 likes now too, Leanne. That was a few more popped on, obviously. So anyway, folks, I appreciate you coming to visit with me. It's a quarter after. And yeah, time's up already. In fact, it's 16 after. I seem to like to go over time, don't I? And so we're done for the day. We'll see you tomorrow. I am going to record a Softflex video in a little bit, and that one will probably go up today for the members, and then it will be on tomorrow sometime or later for the non-members. So if you're not a member and you feel like joining my membership, it is it's popping all over the place, isn't it? It is $4.99 a month, and so hey, Michelle. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm glad to welcome you in. Amy is. I got to Amy through Randy Brown from Thunder Horse Descendant, who I am doing the morning coffee talk for because she's still on vacation this week. She will be back next Monday on the 6th, and I believe she's starting out with a bang with one of her live sales. So that ought to be fun. I always spend too much money there, though. But so yeah. If my bargain bead box does come tomorrow or today, which I sincerely doubt since tracking says it's still in Tennessee, then we will open that new one up, and it's got the next companion bundle in it. But truthfully, I just don't think it's going to be here because, like I said, the tracking says it is still in Tennessee, unless they just haven't updated it. I am going to go for now. Like I said, I am going to record a Softflex video later, pair of earrings using the new All That Glitters kit. And I will put that up this afternoon for my members, and then I will schedule it for later in the week for non-members so they can see it. I'm not generally doing extra right now since I am doing the lives in the morning. But when I feel like it, I am going to, I do record something. Then I got to decide when to put it up. So, so that will, like I said, at 10 o'clock, which is what, in just a little bit here, less than an hour, the ring I made for the Softflex with their ring blank will be up for the public. So if you want to watch me make that, it's not a long video, maybe 20 minutes. It's pretty simple. So that'll be then. Like I say, if my bargain bead box or bead box bargains orders come, we'll open that tomorrow. But I'm not holding my breath waiting for it. It does have the second companion bundle to Glacial Glimmer in it, so I think that would be pretty cool. And if it doesn't, we'll figure out something else to make, won't we? And it'll probably be with the Glacial Glimmer, since I do have obviously the original and the companion bundle still. Put all my goodies back in their boxes, though. So we'll see y'all tomorrow, if not sooner. Well, I won't see you if you come and watch the video because it's recorded, but you can. And so we'll see you tomorrow. I am going to be on tomorrow and on New Year's Day. My husband will be home on New Year's Day, but he's pretty good about letting us be quiet and do stuff. So, and then of course, Thursday and Friday as well, since I'm still going to be here the whole week. And then I'll have the members live on Thursday afternoon. So we'll see you tomorrow. It's been good having you all here. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we will see you later. Bye-bye. You're welcome, Beth.